Hello YouTube, Joshua Hanning from FutureMorphs with a new video. And you might think, yeah Joshua, you were at this rack here, so why all of a sudden you have an empty rack and you start here again? Well, this is clutch 51, so there's 11 clutches difference since clutch 40, like in the last video. So that sounds strange, but there's just, let me check, 6 days difference in between laying the eggs. So in previous videos I said like, yeah, these racks will be full quick. That's just because in a week or 10 days time, so many clutches were laid. So yeah, from clutch 40 to clutch 51, so there was 11 clutches in just 6 days, and way more to come. But it is a really cool clutch. I'm keeping 1.1 for myself, because they could be unique animals. By look, they're not amazing yet. The 2 I'm keeping at least. These are here, they are definitely way cooler. But anyway, the father is a red factor amelanistic, het sunrise anery striped. And the mom is a red factor amelanistic Tessera, het sunrise anery. Well, she also proved out striped. She was a possible het, but so we have all red factor amelanistics, and then some of them are snow, some of them are sunrise, some of them are striped, some of them are Tessera, and some of them are all combined. So sunrise is a morph that I've been working with for a couple of years, and but basically it's always around in amelanistic. So the babies start off like pretty bright and almost white, like with less red than normal. And during their age, they get more and more red. So now they look pretty white, some of them, the sunrises at least. And in 3 months or 4 months, they will basically look like a normal amelanistic. And you think, why did I bought this? At least that was I was thinking. I paid quite some money for a trio of sunrises. And then a couple months later, I thought, this is not what I saw in the pictures. But yeah, they actually do keep developing more red and red. So yeah, eventually they do become cooler. But now also red factor is in the mix to make them even brighter. But also anery to make snows out of them. Because I was curious how a snow sunrise would look. Because a snow, of course, has no red and no black pigment in theory. But red factor can already put in some pink. And while sunrise starts off with less red, but eventually gets more red. So I was curious how that would look. That's why I'm keeping 2 snow babies myself, a pair. The ones that looked basically the most boring, like the most white. But my thought process was, if I keep the snows with as least amount of red, then there's the biggest chance they are sunrise snows. At least I talked myself into that making sense, because I'm basically keeping the least cool looking animals at the moment. But I think in the long run it might pay off, especially genetically. So the good thing for you is, the coolest looking babies, they are still here and available. So let's go have a look at them. So we start off with the simplest, but it's already a pretty cool looking animal. So it's a red factor amelanistic. I'll add some more light. So it's not the reddest, it's more a little bit orange, especially compared to some others, but still for just an amelanistic, quite a nice one. It's a male. Then we have some animals that I think like, yeah, they almost could be like sort of not the most cool looking sunrises or something. But this is a male red factor amelanistic Tessera. But I think there's no sunrise, because I will show you the sunrises later in the clutch. They are way, yeah, whiter or brighter. We also have a female Tessera amelanistic. That was female 1. This is female number 2. And we have female number 3. And then we have some striped. Oh, well, wait. Don't escape, don't escape. So now people can see you. Well, if you see this head is already pretty red, so I think it's just a red factor influence. And it's funny, so it starts with like 2 stripes in the neck, like a normal stripe, but then here it sort of goes over into 1 striped in the back. And there's the next also has it, so I'm not really sure what that is causing it. But so that was female 1. This is female number 2, red factor amelanistic striped. And then we also have some with Tessera. This is a male red factor amelanistic Tessera striped. That's male. And this is a female. And yeah, they will be basically like almost petalless bright red as adults. So also pretty cool. Well, then we go to some sunrises. This is a male, not the most typical, but it is way different, of course, than the ones that you saw before. So especially here, it really looks like the red wants to come through, but it's not really developed yet or something. It reminds me always a little bit like either of a reverse Okiti-ish look, but yeah, that's not the case, of course, but just by look, or a little bit like a Mandarin, so Castani amelanistic. That's also a morph that starts off with not a lot of red and just gets darker with age. But this one is also really cool. There's maybe a better example of a sunrise. So this is red factor amelanistic sunrise Tessera. And here you really see, yeah, what's the best? Maybe this is even the best how it looks in real life. So yeah, there's really just less red, but it will become more red. So if you would reserve this animal and you get it in 2 or 3 months or whatever, let's say at the Houten or the Ham reptile expos, then yeah, don't look strange if it looks, yeah, almost normal amelanistic. That was a male, this is a female. Oh, and we have female number 2. So that's also sunrise amelanistic Tessera. But the male is most extreme. But in the past I saw it more, that the most extremes are usually males. I don't know if other people also found that with yeah, breeding sunrise, but let me know in the comments. This is a snow, obviously. It's a male red factor snow, and well, that's not the best. This is actually the best look. So yeah, this already has quite some pink in the neck, and that's just the red factor influence, of course. So this will be a really nice looking animal, and he really popped out to me at first. But yeah, it could be a sunrise. I just don't know how a sunrise snow or red factor snow would look. But yeah, because yeah, my logic was like, okay, if a sunrise has less color as a baby, then let's keep the one with less color. So that's why I will just sell this as a red factor snow. But yeah, it could be sunrise, but I don't think so. This is a male with Tessera, also with a nice pink neck already. So they will be just really cool looking adults. But yeah, with the sunrise I'm not really sure. And this is male number 3. That's also a snow Tessera. And yeah, as you can see here, this one doesn't have a lot of color in the neck. So there would be the biggest chance probably that this would be a sunrise, if one of the 3 is a sunrise. It could also be that it's just a not as good looking red factor snow Tessera, of course. So yeah, I just don't know. So if my opinion would be, or my my advice, if you want to go for a really colorful animal like a snow, then go for him or him. And if you think like, yeah, but I really want to work with sunrise, and yeah, I want to get something that could be unique, yeah, then he is the best for you. But well, that's all up to you. There's also nothing wrong with just having cool animals in your collection just to look at, of course. So these are all available now in the morph list down below.